about to roll up to the white rock pyramid. Hey everyone, we're gonna do a magic trick with water and an empty cup. Hunter, my magical assistant, he will pour water into this cup. So Hunter, you can pour it in the cup. Shake. I'm gonna pour it. Wait. I think there's still more, everybody. No, that's enough. Yay!
Ta-da! That was one of the cool magic tricks that we're going to teach you guys on our channel.
But we're going to teach you how to do a magic trick. So how we actually did it, Daddy.
So the cool thing about this magic trick is even though you show that there's an empty cup, we actually have a sponge inside, huh? That's the magic trick. And so what else do you have in there?
So we fill up ice.
Inside here, right?
And yeah, filled up ice like this.
This happens before the magic trick, before you come out to perform your magic trick.
Yes.
So you got to have a sponge and ice in there. Okay, go ahead.
So when we poured it, there was actually some ice in the sponge. So it looks like we're
Don't do that. Yeah, so what you guys want to make sure though is that you have a bigger sponge. This is the only sponge that we had, and it's a small sponge. You actually want as big of a sponge as you can fit inside your cup without people seeing it. So I wanted these guys to perform the magic trick for you so that you could see that kids can do it, because it's a very cool trick and kids can perform it, and it doesn't take a lot of preparation. So all you do is put your sponge inside the cup before you perform it, and then you put a couple of ice cubes in there. Now you'll have to put water in here to turn it into ice as part of your magic trick, but you only have to put a little teeny tiny bit because you want your sponge to be able to absorb all the water when you pour it in here.
So you have to shake it, all of it, with some, and
Yeah, and so after you pour the water in there and you shake it, you're pretending like it's freezing. So that's why you have people blow on ice cubes. But what's really happening is your water is getting absorbed by the sponge that's in there and your ice cubes are on top. Sometimes when that happens, your ice cube might stick to the sponge. So don't worry if when you tip your cup over, not all of the ice cubes comes out. That's what happened to Havani, right, when you did it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when she did it, the ice cube froze and got stuck to the sponge, but you don't have to worry if that happens. Just pretend like there's no more ice cubes in there. So then, after everybody blows on it, you just dump out your ice cubes into the cup. And so look on mine, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's an ice cube still stuck in there. We'll just pretend like it's not in there. And we go, ta-da! And that's the end of the magic trick. Yeah. Good job, Ivani and Hunter. All right. So that was a pretty cool magic trick, wasn't it, guys?
Yes, and we will.
No, go ahead.
And we will be performing another magic trick, and Daddy will do.
Yeah, I'll do this one because this one's a little bit harder. So this trick is a little bit harder. It takes more practice. So you guys can learn this one and practice it, but it'll take a lot of practice. I would suggest that you show this one to your mom and dad as many times as you can before you actually show it to an audience who doesn't know how to do it, okay? And also this one's cool for adults too, so if your mom and dad don't know any magic tricks and you want them to learn a magic trick too, I think this is a really cool one. All you need is paper towel. Make sure that you have, or a tissue or something like that, but make sure you have permission from your mom and dad to do this trick before you do it, because I don't want you guys ruining paper towel if you don't have much paper towels or something like that. But usually people have extra paper towel or napkins or something laying around, so that's what you'll need for this magic trick. So for this magic trick, what we need to do is tear this tissue into 4 pieces. Can you rip that up for me, Alani?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and rip it. Yep. Doesn't matter how you rip it, just rip it. Rip it in half. Make 2 pieces out of it. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just tear it like this. Yeah, perfect. Keep going. Now do a couple more pieces. Awesome, that's perfect. Okay, now give me the pieces. Okay, now what we do is we just basically crumble this up into a ball like this, okay? And you gotta crumple it up into a tight, like super tight ball, just like that. Now we have our audience blow on it for us. Blow. Perfect. Okay, now what happens in that point in time is all the fibers in the tissue start to grow back together, repairing the tissue back together. And as you can see, the tissue that was ripped up all into pieces now is all back together. Ta-da! Now, do you guys want to learn how to do that magic trick?
I know.
Do you want to learn how?
Yes,
Say it.
I know.
You do? Shh. Let's just tell our friends and nobody else, okay? Okay, Evanya actually has a little secret hiding next to her because we have all the pieces that we need to teach you this magic trick.
I can hide it behind me.
Yeah, so what you need is 2 of the exact same tissue paper. I just took a paper towel and I cut it in half, and so they're about the same size, okay? So what you do before the magic trick, before anybody sees what you're doing, you have to crumple one up and keep it hidden, okay? So what I do is I keep it inside of my hand, hidden just like this, okay? So nobody can see it from that side. And these guys can't see it either. So now, when we get ready to perform the magic trick, we point like this to make our hand look like there's nothing inside. Say, with this tissue, we're gonna tear this tissue apart, and then we're gonna try and do something magical with it. So keep your eye on the tissue. And I'm gonna have my assistant tear up the paper. Now I don't need her to do it this time because you guys already know how the magic trick is gonna kind of work now. So we have the tissue torn up into pieces. And notice if you wanna do it yourself, you can, just like I'm doing right now. And then you put all the pieces together, but you show them that it's all torn up into pieces. And then, if they tore it up for you, you get it back to them, you say, thanks, Hevani, thanks for helping me tear that up. And then you crumple it up into a ball. Now what you want to do is try and crumple it up into a ball that's exactly the same size as the ball that you crumpled up, that you still have hidden right here. So all we do for this switch is we put this piece, the ripped up piece, into the same spot in the other hand as we bring this piece out. And this is the one that's not ripped at all. So, watch. From the front it looks like this. I say, okay, I'm crumpling up this ball, and now it probably looks pretty obvious now that you know how it's done, but when nobody knows how it's done, it doesn't look as obvious. So then after you've switched it, you can pull this up and take it apart, just like that. And it looks like the tissue has come all back together. Now something extra that you can do if your audience is on the other side of the table is something that magicians call lapping. And lapping, what lapping is getting rid of the evidence by dropping it on your lap. So all I did was take that crumpled up piece of paper that was in my hand, and I just dropped it on my lap when my hands were next to the edge of the table. And then it looks like we've done it and we have nothing else to hide. Now in order to get rid of the evidence, you can pick up the one that's on your lap right here. Just pick it up, and then you can take this tissue and then you can crumple it up all together and throw it away. And then you get rid of all your evidence of how the magic trick went. Did you guys learn something?
Yep. Thanks everybody. We're gonna show you more magic tricks in the future. Please like our video and subscribe to our channel.
Goodbye everyone.
Bye everyone.